tonight. Emir of Ilorin calls for unity irrespective of political divide. Focus on family planning, gender equity and maternal health as world marks World Population Day. Goods worth millions of naira lost as fire gods Bodija market. Plus updates from the world of entertainment and sports. This is the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA ILORIN News Tonight. Good evening and welcome. I am Kehinde Omolosho. The Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, has called on political leaders in the state to be united irrespective of political divide. The Emir spoke at the Government House Ilorin when he paid the traditional Salah homage to the State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak. Raliat Ibrahim reports.
It is customary for the Emir to pay a traditional Eid al-Kabir Salah homage to the governor 2 days after Salah. This year was not devoid of the usual fanfare. The Emir of Ilorin was welcomed to the government house by top government officials led by the Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak for this year's barricade. The Emir appreciated Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak for touching the lives of the people positively, urging him not to relent. He was particularly elated with the success of this year's Ilorin Doba, citing it as a point of convergence for Ilorin indigents, irrespective of political differences. He prayed for peace in Nigeria. Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak appreciated traditional rulers for their support for his government, promising that he will not relent in making Kwara more prosperous.
The picture is bright indeed. Our government has officially institutionalized the Doba and other festivals by making them important items in our budgetary provision. This will get better in the coming years as we ramp up our investments in culture and tourism. We are not leaving any stone unturned in our drive to make Kwara more prosperous and livable.
This year's barricade was attended by Kwara citizens from all walks of life. Raliat Ibrahim, NTA News.
World Population Day is observed on July 11 to raise awareness about global population issues. Olajide Bello reports that the theme for this year is a world of 8 billion towards a resilient future for all, harnessing opportunities and ensuring rights and choices for all.
Overpopulation is a critical concern as the world's resources are being used up to an unsustainable rate. Besides the need to guarantee that women have access to family planning, gender equality and maternal health care, it is more important than ever because of the expanding population's impact on maternal health and family planning issues.
There's no nation that can progress without planning, and you depend on the statistical data that has to be provided by MPC. Over the years, we have been using guesswork, but I think Nigeria will get it right this time around so that at least we can be sure of what we are saying. Then our planning efforts, you understand, that will be the real one, not the guess one that we are used to.
The major purpose of the day is to raise awareness of all the negative impacts that population growth has had on the steady development of nature. Kunle Adeboale thinks the issue of national population census is pivotal to aiding effective planning for government.
It's a big challenge to government for a third world nation, a developing nation, to have a population of 200 million. And among these 200 million people, if you have to do a breakdown, I think the youth, they are taking the high number there, about 120 million. So you have more teeming youth, more population to feed, more population to house, more population to provide water for, more population to provide education for, and other social amenities. These have been the challenges on successful government in Nigeria.
He advocates for a national population policy to be adopted by government at all levels.
But where I think we should look into is the issue of population policy. There should be a national population policy, and that it should be monitored, and it should be made to be in our law book, in our constitution. 4 children per family for now.
Many individuals continue to experience discrimination, harassment and violence based on their gender, ethnicity, class, religion, sexual orientation, disability and country of origin. Due to overpopulation, gender inequality and human rights violations are more common than ever in emerging nations. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
The National Population Commission is training staff on digital techniques and conducting trials across the 3 senatorial districts of the state ahead of the national census next year. Hamad Fulani reports.
The 2023 census will be Nigeria's first digital census that will change the conduct of census. Will demarcate areas covering the entire country using mobile and edge device and geographical information systems, satellite imageries to create the digital census maps already concluded a year ago. The Population Commission has trained ad hoc staff in Ilorin who are now carrying out trial census in 9 out of the 16 local governments of the state. The trial census is to avail the Commission the opportunity of knowing the areas of improvement before next year's census.
We want to be sure that all these things that have been put in place, are they properly done? That's why this trial census is coming up. It's exactly the way we are going to conduct this real census. That's what we expect them to do. They interview people. We have questionnaires that have been put aside. They ask people, humbly ask people questions. Then they record the response.
Aside pursuit of fund, the insecurity problem bedeviling the nation and Nigeria's disinterest in census are some of the bottlenecks the Commission is partnering with.
There's no nation that can progress without planning, and you depend on the statistical data that has to be provided by MPC. Over the years, we have been using guesswork, but I think Nigeria will get it right this time around.
Sukomi Iwaloye, a resident in Ilorin, is skeptical of census over the next year, considering that 2023 general elections will also take place same year. He wants MPC to live above board to record accuracy in the next census.
We need censor, but the question is the way they are going about it. Is it neat enough? Because that's where we always have problem. They should do it, they should be fair to everybody.
We have security problem, and where we have security problem, government cannot plan for census because government have to protect the life of the people. That is fundamental function of the government. Without security in the country, it becomes difficult for government to do any census.
The last census took place in 2006. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested one of the wanted terror suspects who escaped from the Medium Security Correctional Center, Kuje, following an attack on the facility by insurgents last week in Abuja. The fleeing terror suspect, Suleiman Sidi, was arrested in the early hours of Monday, 11th July at Area 1 Motor Park in the Federal Capital Territory while attempting to board a commercial vehicle to Maiduguri, Borno State. Accompanied with him during the search was 3 wraps of cannabis sativa. While commending the officers and men of the FCT command of the agency for their arrest and vigilance, NDLEA boss, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, has directed that the wanted suspect be immediately handed over to the Nigerian Correctional Service. Welcome back. Goods worth millions of naira have been lost to an early morning inferno at Bodija Market, Ibadan. Ifeoluwa Omoshule, who visited the scene of the fire incident, reports.
We have started at about 4 a.m. got 36 shops of various food items, beverages and grinding mills, among others. The shop owners commended men of the Oyo State Fire Service for their swift response towards putting out the fire. They, however, appealed to government and other well-meaning Nigerians to come to their aid.
I was on sleep. I just heard the call that this shop was on fire. I was so surprised. I think it was a joke. Until I come here, I saw everything. I see that everything has gone so far. Before we reach here, there's nothing again for everybody.
They just called us this morning, so we don't know how it happened. We don't even take a pay from all the schools in the shop. It's not 1 million, it's not 2 million.
My mom, who is an shop owner, has been admitted to the hospital since 8:30 when she heard about the incident. So I beg the government should please help us.
As at the time of filing this report, the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained, but no life was lost to the incident. In Ibadan, Ifeoluwa Omoshule, NTA News.
And moving on to entertainment news. Comedian and actor Bovi Ugboma reveals that comedy has evolved from cracking of jokes to helping people maintain their sanity. Rachel Olaitan has details of this and more from the world of entertainment.
Bovi Ugboma, in a press conference ahead of his forthcoming show, said he ensures people get value for their money. as entertainment is a therapy while comedians are doctors who use jokes to heal people from their insanity. However, advised upcoming comedians to keep striving as the payday will come. In another development, Burna Boy has released the visuals for Vanilla, which is songs of his latest album titled Love Damini. The video is a colorful montage that combines spectacles to create a fun video that matches Vanilla's Afrobeat content. Meanwhile, Nigerian singer Teams recently took her fans on a trip down memory lane on her Twitter page as she shared pictures of the studio she made her first album titled For Broken Years. The picture that raised mixed reactions among fans depict that things were not always glamorous. Rachel Olaita, NTA News.
And now sports. The Super Falcons of Nigeria will play Cameroon female national team in the quarter-finals of the ongoing Women Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Violet Ibrahim is standing by with more on sports tidbits.
The Falcons, who lost its first match to Bayana of South Africa, defeated Botswana and Burundi in their second and third match to book a spot in the quarter-finals of the competition. Other pairings are Morocco versus Botswana, Zambia versus Senegal, South Africa to start it out with Tunisia. The Super Falcons are the reigning champions of the tournament. New Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has confirmed that Harry Maguire remains as the club's captain. The experienced centre-back was given the armband shortly after his 2019 transfer from Leicester City. Ten Hag also clarified that Cristiano Ronaldo is in his plans for the new season while fielding a number of questions on the striker's future. Raliat Ibrahim for Sports News.
Sport Tidbits concludes our package on News Tonight. Do have a wonderful evening.